jump into gameplay here. We got to kick things off with Space Station Gaming. Has been dropping on the far southwest side of the map, just north of G2, dropping Thermal Station over in Lava Fissure, and that's been working so incredibly well for them. They've been on point in their rotations. This Valkyrie, Caustic, and Gibraltar team composition has been working great for this squad, James.
And they will go for information immediately. Information is key, information is power, knowledge is power if you play Mortal Kombat. Time to pick up the weapons now as they get the ring information out for the team, so they'll quickly try and loot as much as possible. That building didn't have much in it, did it? But maybe downstairs does, and maybe there can be a desirable second weapon found. The longbow, kind of popular, especially in the early game. Get those Evo shields up, but you can get some nice kills with the longbow as well, so that will be an attractive weapon for Space Station to collect.
That's right. So I'm just going to loot up, get there, and again, they actually drop and get the early intel, and that's what makes them so good. The rotations, one of the early rotating teams, and take a look at this ring. It's going to be pulling right south of them. So this is a great ring for SSG, for NRG, and for G2 in Thermal Station. But my question is, how is G2 going to play this? Last time we saw this zone, G2 actually went into the high watchtower in Thermal Station, and there was actually a team just north of them that came and stole that spot for them. That team's not playing in this lobby as they were in Group A. So I think they'll be able to maintain control. I think you can expect G2 to stay put in Thermal Station. We'll see if that comes to fruition here, but look at Frex is already moving south. The keyboard and mouse turn controller player starting his rotation earlier is Frex.
Do you think Space Station are the biggest threat in North America? For me, I think along with Cloud9, I think they're maybe the two most dangerous squads at present. Obviously, TSM are not in the best form that we've seen from them at the moment, but you do have to mention them. Personally, I think it's between Space Station and Cloud9. I think Cloud9 are the most aggressive team we have in North America, but I was curious as to your opinion.
Yeah, you know, and I mentioned in the pre-show 3 weeks ago, I would have said absolutely not, but the way they've been playing, you'd be crazy not to say that. Space Station Gaming right now is on top of North America, Cloud9 right behind them. I can't wait for that matchup, obviously. That's what's great about this Pro League is we're going to see all these groups play each other twice in this double round robin throughout the 12 weeks. As a result, the top 10 teams in standings qualify for the Split 1 playoffs. And right now, Space Station, Cloud9, they're in the top 3 alongside ESA. So I agree. Space Station on top, Cloud9 right behind them. I think we're going to see TSM, and I think we're going to see these guys, G2, really perform in the mid to late game of the split.
On the subject of aggression, I think that the early games are a nice time to maybe get that dome in a building and try to break a team who are posting up, as we see some hesitation from some of the middling teams, and maybe that could be the difference maker. So we'll see if anybody's able to do that today. We can see 100 Thieves getting some ring information now as well. I'm just spotting those early rotations that we're seeing off the balloons and such, and the Valks, of course. So we'll see what they're able to do, as they are pretty close to the grey ring and not too far from the green ring either.
100 Thieves drops launch site, so they're just going to work their way on the dead side of this zone, on the south side of the map, past Tree, and find their way into Thermal Station for the rotation. So you might see them put some pressure and expect a potential collide, long-range poke between 100 Thieves as well as G2, who did end up positioning, as I mentioned earlier, in that watchtower in Thermal Station. This is how they run these southern zones. They, you know, it's interesting though, because they don't necessarily always succeed or play well when they get zones that pull towards them. They are certainly an edge fighting team, and that's when we see G2 really pop off. So I'm interested to see if G2 can make it to late game here, learn from some of their mistakes as we jump on board with our Mex.
Oh no!
Mex, they get tagged up quite a bit and knocked already. Yeah,
the legacy's going to be lacking in game one the way this one is going. That's an early problem with a Gambly Valko. Oh, maybe we'll just land on this building. Oh no, I'm dead. So we've got one of the 3 remaining players now, and that is a disastrous start for Legacy MX. They will be ejected from this lobby very early on indeed. That is the first squad to go down, and the only 3 players as well, 19 squads and 57. And that is the danger that we see as far as the Valkults are concerned. And that's why I think, like, over time, we're going to see more of that Octane, more of that Wraith comeback, especially because I think those shorter rotations are going to be generally safer. The further you want to go into the zone, the more you may be punished for it. Because let's not forget, teams are landing all over this map.
Yeah, that's right. Space Station now working their way to the far southwest choke. And this is what they like to do on these southern zones, on these rotations. They love holding this choke point and maintaining this position, as it's a fairly good opportunity to gatekeep teams out of the ring. They pick up some KP along the way if you can, and we obviously have just a great high ground position. And then as that zone ends up moving, they can just kind of slowly work their way in through edge. So great position right now from Space Station. Meanwhile, if you're an NRG fan, you're a fan of how they started. A couple kills picked up alongside Era Eternity. Meanwhile, Ghost Gaming working from the far north side of the map, a team that likes to pick their fights, loves to play edge, and you're going to expect them doing that throughout the entirety of this 6-game series here with Bloodhound in hand of Panders, the controller god.
Last week, Ghost plays 16th, 18th, 11th, 12th, 7th, and 9th. So quite lacking in their results, but we certainly know what they're capable of, which is why I expect more from them this week. And hey, sometimes you're going to have a bad week, but maybe this time it can be different. You can see that Fourier are in a pretty good spot as far as their armor is concerned. They've got very colorful armor. Purple and gold will be very nice indeed, as I'm sure there are still some people running around with gray. Don't seem to have anyone contesting them at present, so they're chilling, crafting, making those bats.
Yep. Yeah, and they're not going to have anyone contesting them over at Skyhook with the Southwest Zone. They're just going to instead play very similarly to how we saw the team in EMEA play when they actually went to survey camp. They crafted, they took their time, they're getting the loot that they want. That's what you'd expect from Furia. Playing with Fuse, the only team in North America representing Fuse here, at least, in this lobby, I believe, today, as we'll see if that comes to fruition here. But they'll take their time in that rotation from Skyhook. And again, our observer is doing a great job kind of following the key storylines here. I mentioned the 3 must-perform teams, G2, Furia, and Ghost Gaming. The teams that had high expectations coming into Pro League haven't performed yet. We've already checked in with all 3 of them. Speaking of G2 here, they find themselves in a little long-range poke battle between 3 teams.
Yeah, they're chilling, though. They're in the zone.
Look at Gent, though.
Yeah, he's out there.
Let's go here.
That's your Wraith, right?
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
going to let your Wraith kind of free roam. You're going to let your Wraith do things like that. Try and get intel. Try and maybe make some plays and steal some KP, especially if you're G2. We saw that from Garna earlier. Gentrifying, though, going to work his way back. And the G2 squad actually opting for the Bloodhound pick immediately. So G2 going back to their DNA, back to what works. And I was really critical of them early on in Pro League, running a different team comp. I'm glad they're back to Bloodhound because that's what works so well for them playing edge.
Yeah, we have certainly seen a number of teams with some uncomfortable experimentation, it's fair to say, which is an interesting thing as far as scrims are concerned. We can see that 100 Thieves can just say hello to their friends outside, their buddies. You know, behind that unbreakable window, they can just be chilling. This is
like a zoo.
And it's our friends esports arena actually. So that can't be comfortable for them being on the outside, but they can just crouch and say hello to each other. I wouldn't go as far as to do an emotes. Let's not be crazy now. But
take a look at these gazelles in their natural habitat,
right?
Bunny hopping up and down. Someone's just taking a look and enjoying the view here at the zoo.
But I guess they can both
towards that zoo.
understand. They can both understand. Hey, okay, you guys will be over there. We're going to be over here. And, you know, we can see both caustics have got a barrel either side of the door. And I feel like that's like a mode of communication. They're just waiting for everybody else to rotate in. They're not really offering any threat to each other.
And Vane's like, hey, by the way, if you want to push us, we got a caustic barrel ready for you, so don't you dare. Meanwhile, hey, by the way, imagine, oh, actually, I'd take that back. Hold that thought. We got a fight here, so expect 100 Thieves to want a third party this. The team's going to come and try and grief, and the stick's going to come through for Skittle. Not going to do too much, actually, outside of just force them back a little bit for now, but he's hurt. He's going to have to heal back up, and we got 3 teams. Duplex is going to go down, and G2 is nearby as well. You better believe they're going to want to enter the fight.
Yeah, Exit have got some problems. Clarified down by the caustic gas, and oh, there are going to be so many teams there. It's going to be a meeting for the mines. Hostile territory, and it's only going to increase. We've got barrels all over the place. How do you even keep track of whose barrel is what? Duplex is in a lot of trouble, and I don't know if they're going to be able to res him now. That course, it's going to have to work overtime. So the door's been blown off, which maybe is going to encourage 100 Thieves to get involved. However, they can retreat to the upstairs as well. So I think this is offering some discomfort for almost all concerned now. Duplex down again after being res. You can see Design getting involved as well. And this is only going to go from bad to worse.
And there's that third party and poke from G2 on cue. You saw the scan come in from the Bloodhound, and you see them just trying to enter the fight. But again, they have that Wraith portal to get back to their safe spot, to get back to their base. I love what I'm seeing out of G2. A lot more aggressive this time around. They're playing as we're used to seeing G2.
Yeah, Designful really is needling them. He's really getting cheeky with those peaks. Duplex is desperately trying to get some armor up. He got his health up at the very least, and Designful's just like, I think I might just bring your shields and health down again and again and again. But he's got some healing to do. So G2 enjoying the little skirmishes there. And again, that's the beauty of a Wraith portal. In and out, having some skirmishes. Something that you can't necessarily do with the Valk situation. So they're chilling again. getting their shields up and so on. But the fact we still have 19 squads left with those exchanges and those downs on both sides, let's not forget, Exit had clarified drop to the caustic gas, but they managed to keep him alive. Duplex is up as well. And everyone's still kind of remaining in this same area. And look how big the ring is. We have so many teams focused in that small area, but there's still so much space to work with.
Yeah, look at so many squads. We got Renegades, we got Exet, 100 Thieves, ESA, some heavy hitters all within the vicinity, and of course G2 just lurking from the high ground here.
Do you think G2's position kind of stops Exet fighting with Esports Arena? Because they're either side of the building, but if they engage too much, G2 may just come in for that 3P immediately.
Oh yeah, and not just G2, but the fact that there's 5 teams within one area. So absolutely, the opportunity and the threat for the third party is what's stopping this fight from happening right now. Meanwhile, we got G2 who's thirsty. They're hungry. They want to fight. Let's go ahead and jump into our first listen-in with G2.
Team out here on this rock.
Target spotted.
Wait, look. Left corner. Cracked.
Caustic's still there.
Everything. I'm fucking hollow. Nice.
Let's go this way.
I have to fight this team over here, I think, on the right. Unless we go all the way right
We should go here.
and rotate to like this side.
Might be something good this way.
What's that team in that rock doing?
Right, look right here, right here.
We're moving right now. They're jumping down.
We're gonna have to go across
Yeah,
that
good.
zip station.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to go
We have to
this
wait
way.
for this team to move. Yeah, we have to wait for this team to move
I
though.
think.
The Fuse is still up top.
This team, that team Val culted out.
Wait, they climbed up. Almost flying right now.
Alright, we gotta go this way.
Alright, let's go.
This team is
Good?
still under here, I think. Yeah, let's go.
Alright.
Do you have port or no?
Yeah, I do. Did we just run up?
This team up here still. I don't know if
No,
they space or not.
They definitely do.
Yeah, he's looking.
Should be fine. What is that, double
We're gonna
wingman?
have to port us underneath.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to go underneath.
No, we gotta get closer then. This doesn't... I can do it right there.
Do it. I cracked
They'll
the valve.
probably be...
Turn up.
It's in,
Taking it instantly. Let's go.
Coming.
There's people...
And I love that we caught that entire listen-in throughout its entirety. Getting to hear where they decide to rotate, how they decide to play that rotation. It's a perfect rotation for G2. Meanwhile, looks like Furia is out of this one.
Yeah, Esports Arena's patience paid off. Again, they were on the opposite side of the outside to Exit. They were able to hold their position and take the inside for the time being and get some KP. Of course, they will still have to get their rotation game on, but that is a successful situation for them at the very least. G2 now rotated into that tunnel, but they're forced away, and Designful has been completely finished for now. And his banner will have to be rescued. They can take this building for the time being, but that is a situation that they're going to have to correct.
We should go
So we'll see
here.
how that one plays out for them. 16 squads all of a sudden, and again, it was a very busy area very early on.
And it's the battle of the majority controller squads. Ghost Gaming, who flanks with aggression, takes out Designful. We got a replay here. Take a look. Ghost melting, absolutely dominating so far. This is the Ghost that we know. The team that's arguably one of the best arenas team in all of Apex Legends because they're so good in pound-for-pound 3v3 fights. You see them wipe an entire squad right there. And of course, Designful gets taken out. They're not going to be able to recover his banner, so G2 just down to 2.
Turbocharged Devotion. That is a chef's kiss, and Ghost is showing us why. Absolutely nasty up close. Absolutely nasty indeed. Melt is the operative word. See the L-Star and the Scout for Noble. Oh, we get some cracks now with the bad boys. We'll see if they can get some KP from this. Promos has one already, looking for a second one, but I guess it'll go to one of his teammates. Got a defensive bombardment as well, and this ring is starting to get smaller. So 16 squads are up at present, but I think that will change very soon. Popping the batters, they got some more engagements, but we may see a fallback from their opponents as they are out in the open and vulnerable to a 3P.
Love to check in on Space Station as well, see how they're faring in their decision making. And again, they decided to hold the westernmost choke. And that was a great decision based on where this ring pulled, correctly predicting where this ring is pulling. Checking with them when we can. But guess what? It's Vayne from 100 Thieves. The ALGS champ is out of this one. The hands of Impulse from Noble. Noble's not done yet. They got to connect for yet a few more kills. Finds one. Gets a good crack. But he's going to go into his ultimate beast of the hunt for Impulse. Him and Lucas need to go absolute beast mode right now if they want to survive.
Using a faster speed to get out of there. Oh, the Arc Star's going to be a problem. His teammate's trying to shield as best he can. Does he have a chance for the res? The Thermal's not going to connect immediately. And I don't know if he's going to be able to get this res up. Scanning to try and find the info. There's a caustic barrel there as well, which definitely doesn't belong to his team. And I'm not sure if he's going to make it. A third attempt to res is failing, and he's trying to get behind the rocks, but he's on the floor. And you can see his teammate Lucas has got about 1 HP, but he does have the armor up. He just needs to avoid those caustic barrels, otherwise he's a goner.
Yeah, it's going to be Lucas now just trying to rat his way to a top finish here. Going to be tough to do. Nice shot from ESA Black. They're putting on the pressure. They're keeping that pressure, and they're getting a ton of kill points along the way. I gotta say, this team is the real deal. ESA Black currently in second place in the overall standings and showing exactly why.
15 squads up. We were asking questions for NRG earlier on, and that's a great crack with the Q. His teammates are pushing ahead of him as well. Quick scan to see how much danger the other team are in, and they'll soon find out because it looks like NRG are on the hunt. But I see some grenades coming their way, and they will hop back a little bit. They are out in the open now, force the dome, and they're going to just foul code out of there. But this team is so close. They could go for a spray down here. Wonder if there'll be any connections made. Their armor's up, and I know the other team doesn't have their armor up, so they will focus on healing instead, since he could be vulnerable. Well, that is a cheeky land. Just trying to... Well, this is a safer way, I suppose, to approach a Valcol, but it does limit where you can go afterwards.
Yeah. They're not going to have all the intel that they would have from that Valcol, so instead they're just going to be forced to drop and fight like NRG does. They find a 3v3. They find an opportunity. Can they connect for the kills, though? One of the best fighting and slaying teams with these two, Nathan and Rocker. Sweet Dreams calling away, but Rocker's going to get tagged up. It's going to be a team wipe. Look how fast they did it. Sheesh is out. Nice Wig and his community is devastated.
Absolutely, and Ghosts have had all kinds of trouble as well. I think they just got deleted. And talk about CLG, they've just been ruined as well. We are losing squads very fast indeed. You can see on the map now the area that these teams have to play with. There aren't all the buildings in the world once this ring closes, and there are bullets flying in all directions. Space Station just enjoying some fun under the bridge, observing the carnage. Posted up with barrels. They're okay for now. Not looking to engage unless they absolutely have to. We can see there is a team immediately above them as well. So again, we've got symbiotic parasites essentially sharing a space. It can be beneficial to both as long as they attack in other directions.
Hey, listen, ALGS Saturdays, also biology lessons, courtesy of my man James here, as we watch. Dropped right now, just playing really, really sneaky. SSG has been avoiding fights. You see not many kills. They haven't really lived the kill feed. They've just been playing a placement-heavy game, a rotation-heavy game, which is their style of play, especially with Caustic. You want to get to late game, you want to get into small rings, and you want to use Caustic to find success. And for now, it's working great, but they're not going to have a leveled-up Evo shield. They don't have a ton of loot. That might hurt them.
Yeah, I suppose they'll be going for that late KP, and they may be reliant on some boxes, and all the boxes, as we can see, are above them. So they're more or less disengaged at present, just admiring the scenery. They'll just about be in the zone. There's a scan above them, but there's no real way for that team to engage, and they got to focus on the larger threats, really, or opportunities, teams to exploit, and I don't think Space Station will be one of those just yet. We'll see if they go for one of those small ring Valcolts later on. Now, NRG have got some significant high grounds here, so they need to think about what their nearest threats are, the teams that could stop them making a first or second place, for example. And we're going to have a listen in and see how they're approaching this.
Right below me, right below me.
No, chill, sweet, chill. There's a team to your left.
Oh yeah, it's a full team right below me. It's a full team right below me. It's a full team right below me.
There's like another team out there.
I know. I forced their bubble below. There's a full team
trying to push me, kinda.
No, they're not. He's not.
Can we try to kill this team below? We force these guys out. They have to fight in the earth. There's a full team right here. Cue these guys.
Okay, I'm marking them.
Yeah, arc them. They have no bubble.
Marking them. Good idea on them.
We got ulti.
We got ulti. I'm backing out.
Yeah.
Popping one still.
I don't want a bubble.
All right, don't. We need to re-peek that and kill these fucking kids. They have no bubble sitting there. I think they aped somebody. They're aping left. Right left. Wait,
I'm on top of the rock. Yeah, I'm chilling.
Just literally wait. I think G2 might still be right below you, Nate, on your right. Are they not? No, they're not. They went
No.
They have a knock right here.
I can ult this team. I can ult them.
Yeah, do it.
Okay, I'm ulting, ulting.
Caustic 60.
Killing them. Bro, Robbie behind us.
They're flush.
No, watch me behind us. Look behind. Look behind.
Cracked another one.
Yeah, look behind.
They're not climbing though.
Yeah, hold behind. They're all on one rock. 60 on Valk. We gotta hold this, boys. Do not let anyone climb here.
Peek the Valk. Valk's cracked.
Chill. Yeah, just bubble. We burn their bubble. We're fine.
EMP.
Popping about.
Yeah, me too.
Team on our left might swing. We have to watch that.
No, they can't. We're too high on them. Then they're in shambles. These guys in below us are gonna get farmed. All we gotta do is walk in late here, okay?
Give me cracked. I'm low.
Chill. Don't peek over. There's a team sitting in a train car cell here that can kill you. We just need to...
Shit on them! One
Nice.
shot. I killed their Gibby. Just relax. They have no Gibby below us no matter what.
I'm chilling.
The guy in the train car is one. Got a knock. Falk is one.
Falk's at 60.
Falk is 1 HP below.
Yeah. Look left. Sweet, turn around.
I killed two below.
Okay, they can't reach.
Killed all below.
Nice. We need to look at this team north. We need to look
Walking
at
up on this. I only have a shotgun. Get close. Holding this. Get on the rock.
There's a Valk right here. I'm climbing on the Valk. Crack them.
Done. Push us.
Give me. Chill.
Caustic
Kill
one.
him. Nice.
Yeah, get a swap. You can res him. You can honestly res him.
Okay.
He's dead.
3 teams. Got a bubble in front of us, Rocker. Bubble.
It's not Christmas unless you're NRG. They are absolutely dominating from the high ground, and it's so important they keep that. You can see they're keeping all the teams off the high ground. If they can keep that, then they surely have to be the favorites to win here.
Absolutely. That listen-in was pristine, and NRG finds himself with high ground. They hold on to it. They maintain, and they've played this late game near perfect. This is textbook Apex Legends. Take note for NRG as they connect for one, maintain high ground, find one of the squads. Now it's just easy pickings. It's hunting season, baby. NRG looking for the last rat, looking for the last KP, and they're going to find it. NRG with a near perfect game number 1.
Now that is what I call map control. They did not allow anybody to rise, and you could see people were stuck in the ring. They were trying to climb desperately because they had no choice, but they were climbing to their doom. They were begging for mercy. There was none on offer. NRG dominated.